Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all my wonderful and beautiful little Librans out there. I hope that you're all super duper well and delicious wherever you are in the world, and that life is treating you most deliciously. So we've got to pretend now that the pink love sounds there. So I hope that we're all feeling the love and that we continue to feel the love. Okay, my delicious little babies. So what do we do? 3, 2, 1, my juice little lads. Thank you, little lads. You're delicious and bright. Yes, they are, aren't they? Okay, because we like brightness. Okay. Now then, yes. So I hope that you're all wonderful today. Okay. Now, as with any reading, okay, it's not going to gel with everybody. So please, if you could just take from it as what you will. Okay, because it's not going to be for everybody. Okay, so we've got to keep going. We need another. Okay, because I always use 2 decks, as you know. Oh gosh, look at this, what's going on, my delicious little babies. Now then, and thank you so very much for anybody who's viewed my videos and for any likes. So much love to you all, and thank you. Okay, and God bless you. Now then, so right, let's see what's going on. Just going to keep shuffling and see what comes out, my little beautifuls that you all are. If they want to come out today, we're just going to have to wait and see. Oh, right, keep going. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Keep those wheels rolling. There we are. We've got enough. Okay, so let's have a look. What is going on here? But like I said, now can I please just say this is not going to be for anybody who's in a super duper loving relationship. Of course, can I please just say, for some of you in a beautiful and loving relationship, okay, you are most likely to be with your soulmate, okay? But for others of you who are single, okay, look at this. Soulmate relationships. This has popped out on another reading, my delicious little baby Librans, okay? So this is absolutely super duper wonderful and delicious. Let's just read, please, and thank you. New romance with a spiritual basis is here for you now. Look at that. My delicious little baby. So there's something going on. What reading was it? I think it could have been Virgo. When I did Virgos not so long ago. So, yes. So there's something going on, my little lovelies, for some of you, okay? But like I said, anybody who's in a loving relationship, well, you would already, there we are, be with your soulmate. Do you see what I mean? And God bless you. I always say to anybody, I keep repeating it. I know I sound like a stuck record on my different videos, but, you know, if you get that soulmate, you must always, God bless, please keep hold of them, okay? Because this does not happen every day. Do you see what I mean? And I also believe that with soulmates, I did a video anyway a couple of years on this. I also believe that with soulmates, you know what I mean? I always believe there we are, before I even say it, if you're meant to be with somebody, there we are, one way or another, there we are, it will happen. Do you know what I mean? Okay. You know, I mean, you can have some cases where ones can meet and, you know, then they may have not seen each other for years. You know, they could have had other relationships, however it may have rocked and rolled, and then they meet back up again years later. And then they find themselves where, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, well, in other words, you know, I've been round the block, not meaning that in a nasty way, my delicious little babies. And now, you know, you're back to whoever you're with. Do you know what I mean? I mean, occasionally that does happen, my delicious little babies, but I always believe that soulmates, if you're meant to be together, one way or another, there we are, it will happen. And I'm a firm believer in that. Do you see what I mean? It's just that sometimes you've got to go down different roads, or you've got to have a different life first. Do you see what I mean? Okay. And then, of course, when you meet them, you really, there we are, super duper appreciate and love and respect who you are with. Do you see what I mean? Next card, look at this. Alchemy. So let's just read, please, and thank you. You have the Midas touch right now, and every project you begin turns to gold. Always believe in your soul. Yes. Okay, my delicious baby. So it's like turning something that is very, you know, plain into something sparkly and beautiful. Isn't that wonderful, my delicious little baby Librans that you are? Do you see what I mean? So that's a fantastic card to have as well, my delicious little babies. It's going super duper well this morning for some of our beautiful little Librans. And finally, in this section of cards, Wait. Let's just read, please, and thank you. This card has popped out as well on a recent reading. I've got to try and remember which one it was now. Let's just read, please, and thank you. Don't take action right now. Bide your time for better results. Yes, my delicious little babies, because I always say, when you go around rushing everything now, could be anything, any area of your life, well, you know, that's where mistakes, there we are made. Do you see what I mean? Okay, but if you just take your time. Have you ever heard of that old-fashioned saying? Slowly, slowly, there we are, catch a monkey. Do you see what I mean, my delicious babies? It's a really old-fashioned saying, do you say? So, yeah, so some of you are just needing more patience with whatever it may be, you know, that you're wanting in your life. Now, then, final set of cards. Five of Wands. So I'm going to be honest, you've got far more short-term energy here than you have long-term, okay? So once again, Five of Wands. Five of Wands is all about, if it's business, it's a great, there we are, time to negotiate business for some of you. And of course, for some of you, if it's to do with work, maybe if you're wanting to change jobs or something like that, well, you know, this is around a good time to maybe start looking at different jobs, or you know, something that's going to maybe make you feel happier for some of you, and you know, bring you in a bit more ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. Do you see what I mean? Okay. Of course, it can also mean confusion. So you may be confused with somebody, or somebody may be confused with you. It may be somebody close to you that's going through that. Well, I always say, and I know it's difficult sometimes, you know, we've all been there, but if you can sit down and talk to somebody, there we are, it just makes the situation far more easier. Do you understand what I mean, my delicious little baby? So others of you, Six of Cups, this little baby's coming out again as well. Something's going on. A return of an old friend or an old lover. So for some of you, you could be going through this. So it's either like passing ships, or somebody wants to stay in your life just a little bit longer. Do you know what I mean? It could be one of those situations. Next card, my delicious little babies, look at this. Three of Wands. So it seems to be a lot of faster energy. Three of Wands can mean that your ship will come in. There we are. All your worries will soon be at an end. You just got to have patience, okay? And of course, it can also mean not looking back. You know, you must not look back at things. You know what I mean? It's a case of going forward. And I feel that for mankind, they tend to do that. And these two cards have flown out. So I'm just going to take a look and see. Back out again, Five of Wands. And of course, what came out with it? Eight of Cups, which I'll tell you in a moment. But yes, you know, I just feel that with some mankind, what they tend to do, I mean, I've seen it, there we are, for decades. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes you look back in the past, but what that can do, it can be more of a, what's the word I'm looking for? It can be more of a hindrance. Do you understand what I mean? Rather than help. Do you see what I mean? Okay? Because sometimes when you look back, it's like it can stop you, there we are, moving forward, if you know what I'm saying. Whether that's work, whether it's business, whether it's, you know, romantic relationships. In some cases, it could be platonic friendships, you know, if, say, an old friend has let you down years ago or something, you know, maybe for some could be a little bit reluctant to make new friends. Do you see what I mean? Something's just, there we are, made me say that. Do you know what I mean? But again, this is a case of getting to know whoever comes into your life. Eight of Cups, a good juice little card. Seeking, so please do not be afraid to leave the past behind. For some of you, your future's looking promising, so there's definitely something going on. Nine of Swords, that's the only one that's longer term energy. Well, this can mean sleepless nights for some of you, my little lovelies, but the good news is, okay, is that you shall overcome this, okay? But in one's life, sometimes, you know, we've all experienced it, haven't we? You know what I mean? Where you just cannot get your shut eye. Just an old-fashioned saying, my delicious little babies. It could be harder to sleep for some little beautiful little Librans out there. Maybe could be working patterns, could be a number of things, what could be causing it. For others, feelings of guilt. Well, I always say about guilt, there's nothing anyone can do. Once it's done, it's done. It was yesterday. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? See, I'm stumbling a bit on that, okay? Well, you know, as long as it's nothing super duper bad, you know, you just learn from that experience, and then it's a case, there we are, of moving forward. You know, but there's no point feeling guilty over things now. Do you understand what I mean? Because really, 9 times out of 10, whatever's had to take place, there we are, has taken place. There's nothing then that ones can do about that. Do you see what I mean? Okay? I mean, of course, like I just said, as long as it's nothing really awful or terrible. Next card now, delicious little babies. So you got 3 of Cups. So 3 of Cups is celebrate good times. Come on. So for some of you, my little beautifuls, you're going to be celebrating, okay? For others of you, you know, weddings, christenings are likely. You may find yourself attending these events. Of course, for others, maybe you are organising these events, okay? For others, and I do not mean this against anybody who has had any problems, or you know, maybe could not conceive or anything, okay, but this can also come under pregnancy as well, because I would never ever wish to offend anybody in my life, okay? Never, no, I would never do that. But it can mean pregnancy. So for some, maybe they're trying to conceive, or you may nurse somebody if it's not yourself who's trying to conceive, and for others they may be actually be pregnant, okay? So of course, you know, any beautiful little life coming into the world, there we are, is a blessing, isn't it, my delicious little babies, okay? And finally, occasionally this card can come under flirting. So if it's not yourselves, okay, but like I said, I'm not talking to anybody in loving relationships. You know, if it's not yourselves, could be somebody close to you, maybe somebody's flirting, there we are, with somebody else. Do you see what I mean? Now finally, we got the moon here. So I don't know, and look at juice little card. So that can mean a clandestine situation for 2, meaning more than 2, whether it's work, friendships, platonically. In some cases it can mean, well, you know, it's clandestine, meaning more than 2. Okay, my delicious little babies. It can also mean you must keep away from two-face, because nobody likes that. I certainly do not, okay? Can also mean you must not let somebody take your kindness for a weakness. It can also mean sleepless nights, because the moon can come under many meanings. And it can also mean that maybe somebody is messaging somebody else, okay? Sometimes of there we are, a romantic nature, and sometimes not, okay? So that's your reading, my little beautiful little Librans, okay? But like I'll repeat just once again, like I said earlier, it's not going to gel with everybody. It's a case of taking bits and pieces out of the reading, okay, which, you know, may gel with yourselves, okay? But thank you so very much. So much love. God bless. Take care. Goodbye.